Okay then, so here we find ourselves once again. You've tuned in for another Wayne's Electrical video. Yes, now what I'm going to be showing up in front of the camera this time, it's basically a reintroduction. Okay, it hasn't yet seen much video time on the Boombox Deluxe channel, so I kind of figured, you know, before it does get any more video time on the Boombox Deluxe channel, I should get it up in front of the camera now. I'm going to reintroduce it because, you know, it's one of them little projects that I've done. It's already on the Boombox Deluxe channel for you to watch, and I'll show you how to make it as well. But it's one of these little projects where I've made it. It's been shoved aside, and it's just waiting for, you know, an opportunity to come up where it's going to come out for business. And, you know, that hasn't really happened too much yet. And so, therefore, I'm going to reintroduce it. And here we go. Okay, now, for the more established subscriber on the Boombox Deluxe channel, you will know something which I refer to as the Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit. Well, there are times when, basically speaking, I need two of those. And, yeah, given that, and expense of getting all the bits and pieces and making up another Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit can be a bit expensive. And I was given the option to basically get a few salvage bits and pieces and make myself up another Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit with various different bits of salvaged wiring accessories, and this is what I come up with. And given the size of it, the small compact size of it, it is what I refer to as the Mini Jiggy. Okay, so here it comes right about now then. Just under 2 minutes. Wallop. There it is then. Now, for the casual viewer just strolling on past, you're probably thinking that is the world's shortest extension lead. Well, it's not. Okay, that inside that trailing socket there, I've just given it a bit of jigging and poking. And what basically happens in there, you know, in the classic style of a Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit, is this plug here. You put that in the wall socket as per usual. And in these two sockets on here, I've reconfigured them inside so that they are in series. Okay, this one is where you put the ballast in, and then this one over here is where you put the load in. Okay, so what happens is the power comes down the cord, comes out of there, goes through like a 3 kilowatt water heater as an example, back in there, comes across to this one, comes out to something which, you know, I want to restrict the current to it, maybe a microwave transformer or something that's going to go spark and pop. Goes back in there and then back down the wire to the wall sockets, okay? And like I say, given it a small and compact size, it's what I would call the Mini Jiggy. Like that, so I'll just sort that zoom focus out. Go on then, there we go. Okay, so I wrote it on there. Mini Jiggy, the sockets are in series. Okay. So there you are. That is what the Mini Jiggy is. And like I say, it is handy sometimes to have two Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Units. This one is kind of reserved for a bit of quick impromptu ballasting because there are no switches on it or nothing. So you would have to rely on a switch at the wall socket to turn this on and off. And obviously speaking, given the size of that power cord on there, the size of the plug and the limits of the device itself, it's obviously restricted to a maximum of 3 kilowatts. Okay, yeah, I made this on the Boombox Deluxe channel, okay, a little while back, and it's one of these things where I've made it, it's been shoved aside, and it's just waiting for an opportunity to come out for business on the Boombox Deluxe channel. Okay, sometimes it can be handy to have two because I'll need to do 2 lots of ballasting maybe at the same time. Okay, I could have like an extension lead. I could have one thing being ballasted on there. Okay, now I could have another thing being ballasted, and you know, we'll have 2 things going off at the same time. Or what I could do is connect this here into the output of the original Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit, and then in there on that one I've got a bypass plug that's got a clamp, an amp loop on it. We can put a clamp meter on it. Okay, so I can put the bypass plug in, use the amp loop for measuring amperage, Okay, so that Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit does that role. And then for ballasting function, this one to be connected into the other Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Unit. We put 3 kilowatt ballast in there, and the thing to be restricted in there. Okay, so like I say, it is handy sometimes to have 2 Fun-Jiggery-Pokery Units, and to that end, this came into being, and it's all made up out of salvaged bits. Okay, from the plug, the flex. That flex I think was off of it was off of some appliance which failed the portable appliance test. Okay, the flex is okay. I've tested this out and give it an installation resistance test of 500 volts, and it all works out just fine. It was just the appliance on the end of that which failed the pat test. And this socket. Now this socket on here is one of the older ones, okay, and I will go into detail on that when well, I've already done it. It's already on the Boombox Deluxe channel. Okay, if I remember, I could put a link in the video description, and you can see the making of the Fun-Jiggery-Pokery, the Mini Jiggy, on the Boombox Deluxe channel. The only thing I will say is that video is in 640 by 480, okay, because it was done with the little Kodak camera. But you can see in here the reason why I chose an older one and not one of the modern day rectangular ones, and that is because in here each socket has got terminal screws on it, and there's little like linkages in between like the neutrals and the lives. And what I've done is I've taken out the neutral and live ones and then put a bridging connection between just in there, sort of thing. And because of that, the live conductor comes in, it goes to this one here, okay, this pinhole here, as it should do. And then when it comes from the ballast and comes back into here, it then bridges across to this one, comes out to the pop victim, comes back into this one, and then back down the conductor there. Whereas if I'd used a modern day one, you can't so readily take them ones to bits. Okay, so yeah, in a way it's partly to do with the fact that this was salvage, okay, and partly due to the fact that you can take these ones apart and get all the bits out. Okay, the more modern day ones, it's all sort of stamped and spot welded in there, and all sort of got these slide on bits over the holes, and you can't get it out, and it's all sort of crimped in there and goodness knows what else, and you can't take them apart. But these ones you can, so this one got it and got a chopper converted into a Mini Jiggy. Okay, the bits that I took out, I have kept them, so if I ever need to reconvert that back into a standard trailing socket, I can do so. Okay, so yeah, just over 8 minutes, that was the reintroduction of the Mini Jiggy. Like I say, if I remember to put a link in the video description, you can go and watch the making of the Mini Jiggy over on the Boombox Deluxe channel in 640 by 480 size. And there we go. Yes, cup of tea time. So then I'm off. I hope you enjoyed watching that one. Get on the comments box, let me know what you think about the Mini Jiggy, and we should go from there then. I reckon we should get this one in for 9 minutes or just over by the time I stick an intro and outro on it. You've been watching another Wayne's Electrical production, of course, full high definition 1920 by 1080p, and there will be more later as and when. But now on this one then, cheers for watching.